The markets seem like they've been behaving pretty well. Seems like perhaps investors are making their peace with the rate hike next week and potentially even another one in December. What do you think we should be listening for from Chairman Powell next week that'll give us some kind of an insight as to where monetary policy goes from here into next year?
Yeah, I suspect the statement's not going to change a lot. We've got to look at, is he going to be concerned and show a dovish hand by talking about concerns outside the U.S. I doubt he'd use the reference to emerging markets, but that would be implied. Or, Mike, does he go the other way and say, my goodness, the labor markets are getting tight. We've got year-over-year wages up to 2.9. We've got to worry about that side. So there are a lot of directions we can go. I think it'll be a more status quo kind of report as they get more information. As you know, the economy is doing really well, and I'm worried that could we get to the point, I think it's premature, but could we get to the point where the concern is going to be more about the economy overheating than recession?
Well, that's an interesting thought there, Bob, because if you think back, of course, 7 or 8 months ago, that was the conversation to a large degree, right? You had the U.S. stock market up 7% in the first few weeks of the year. You had a wage growth number that looked like it was running pretty hot. It seemed like we were heading for that overheating path, at least to become the concern. And then we got these trade issues coming and kind of maybe capping the markets and capping risk appetites. Bond yields are tame. So do you think we're going to segue back into this idea that the economy is running a little too hot? And do you think it would be a surprise to investors, to the markets, if in fact that became the dominant storyline?
It sure would be a surprise. I'm not suggesting that's where we are, Mike, but I think we need to ask the question. As you know, second quarter nominal GDP was well into the fives. Could it be over 6% nominal in the third quarter when it gets reported? All of that would say, oh my goodness, are we beginning to have the economies too strong? We still, as you well know, have the trade issues that put a little bit of a dampening brake on that. So hopefully it's not a problem, because we got to love this sort of non-inflationary good growth pattern. It's been phenomenal for the stock market.